So Excell Partners is a seed stage venture fund in upstate New York. We're focused on investing in most of upstate New York, from Buffalo to Albany to Ithaca, Binghamton, etc. We've had a very long and successful partnership with Empire State Development. We've been funded through Empire State Development through various programs and funds that have been running for over 10 years now. And it's been great for us. Hopefully it will be great for the folks at Empire State Development. Excell is kind of a little bit of a unique fund in the sense that we combine, our main mission is generating returns, but we want to do that, but we want to do that by adding additional impact and economic development to our region. So we can see our board partners. We partner closely with different universities in upstate New York. Don't recognize the names: University of Rochester, Cornell University, RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, Syracuse University, University of Buffalo. Hoping to add to that list and expand to more to the Albany area as well. We have a few portfolio companies in the Albany area as well. We really are focused on upstate New York. And at our start, we really had a seed slash a pre-seed fund, really designed to investing in entrepreneurs, kind of a gleam in their eyes and some thoughts in their mind, not necessarily a lot of in terms of development, in terms of product or revenue. So we really try to get kind of roll up our sleeves and get involved with the development of the company. Our mission is very simple. The first one is, as our friend Cuba Gooding Jr. used to say, show me the money, generate returns. We try to invest in underserved communities in additional to more traditional investments. So as Jennifer mentioned, the courtesy of Empire State Development, we manage for New York State a statewide minority and women-owned business fund that serves underserved categories like that. We focus a lot on investing in low to middle, moderate income investment areas, and we really try to kind of break the logjam, bring the first money in. As I like to say, kind of invest where angels fear to tread. So we are very often the first ones coming in, really just jump-starting the company. In terms of our performance, the portfolio ranks in terms of the top quartile of its vintage year benchmarks. We have invested to date slightly over $9 million. Our companies have raised over $250 million as follow-on. And another emphasis for us, which is kind of giving back to New York State and making sure we grow the local ecosystem, is really creating high-paying jobs, high-tech jobs that will stay in the region. And you see the stats there. With that, I think Miriam will tell you how we made us suffer.
Thank you. Thanks, Rami. Good evening, everyone. My name is Miriam Altman. I'm co-founder and CEO of Kinvolved. We are a company in EdTech focused on helping schools in underserved communities increase student attendance through real-time communication with families. I want to start by introducing you to someone who's really important to me. This is Alexandra. She was one of my students when she was in 9th grade. She was in my class. And as you can see in this picture, she's holding her cap and gown. That's her graduation day. And you can also see my face. I'm beaming from ear to ear. I'm so excited because honestly, 4 years earlier, I wasn't sure she was ever going to make it to that day. And that was because within the first 6 weeks of school, Alexandra had already missed 80% of the school days, and of course, as a result, was failing all of her classes. I was a new teacher, and I was also New York City Public Schools, which is its own beast. And I was really frustrated because I assumed that our school, the main office, someone was at least sending home a robocall, letting the parents of Alexandra's mom know when she was cutting class. And I thought that her mom was choosing to be disengaged. But when I met Alex's mom at conferences, I learned that that assumption was wrong. That was the first time, 6 weeks in the school year, that she was learning of her daughter's what's called chronic absenteeism problem. And we were able to thankfully intervene. Alexandra's mom and I did develop a relationship when we realized there was this lack of communication. Alexandra's attendance improved almost immediately. She improved her academics, she graduated, and I'm happy to say she's now a senior at St. John's University in Queens. Now, while that's an amazing story, and I'm so proud of it and so proud of her, sadly, when I went to this graduation ceremony, Only about 50% of the students who had been in my class in 9th grade were walking across the stage that day with Alexandra. And I left feeling that we had some seriously unfinished business, and so I went to graduate school. And there I had an opportunity to do some research and kind of understand, was this a problem that was affecting just my students, just my school, or just our city? And what I learned was that this issue is widespread, and it's highly concentrated in highly impoverished communities, especially in urban areas. I learned that 6.5 million kids, which is almost 15% of our school-age population, are missing an entire month of school every single year. And what I also learned was that, not super surprisingly, but attendance is really important. Further, it's actually the most important leading indicator of graduation rates. The top researcher on this topic went so far as to say that if we could increase attendance alone, without doing anything else into our education system, we would drive up graduation rates, college attainment, and lifelong success for students. And that's the idea behind Kinvolved. We, as I mentioned, are a social enterprise that is focused on helping schools and districts increase student attendance through real-time communication with families. We developed an app that's called Kinvolved. It's our first product on the market. It's used by teachers and administrators in the classroom. They can track attendance for every single class period, marking students as present, absent, or late. They can record the number of minutes students showed up late to class, the reasons for absenteeism, and the most important part is they can actually do something with that data, which is not what's happening in most of our schools. By clicking a simple button, Save and Send, they instantly send a text message to up to 10 parent and guardian contacts of each child, translated into 52 different languages, who's absent from or late to class. The parents get the text message, they can write back in Hebrew if they want to, and it will translate back into English for the teachers. We have seen the impact of this product. It is improving student attendance and it is increasing family involvement in schools in our most in-need communities. Earlier this year, we had the opportunity to be featured in the New York Times, and Ms. Covington, who is a science teacher, 9th grade science teacher at Wadley Secondary School, which, not unlike many of our schools, is on the verge of closing constantly because it's such a high-need school. But we've actually been able to see the impact here. She said, talking to the reporter about a particular kid, that she used to never see this particular kid, and now she's one of the first kids in class every morning because Ms. Covington uses the Kinvolved app with such consistency, and the parents are making sure she's coming to class. We really pride ourselves on being an ed tech company that is really creating impact. We're not just putting out a product that schools are paying for taxpayer money and it's not doing anything. We survey our users, but we also look at quantitative data. What we found is that in our impact study, which is just about to come out, from 2015-16 school year, 3/4 of teachers say that attendance did improve in their classrooms, and almost 90% said that the app enabled them to more effectively and efficiently communicate attendance patterns with students' families. On the quantitative side, we found that our schools that worked with us in New York City specifically improved attendance at a rate of 1.1% more than the average New York City public school. That doesn't sound like a really important number unless you're a principal. They jump up and down when we hear that, so I want to put that into a little bit of context. What that means is that last year alone, 400 more kids every single day in the schools in which we were working were attending class. That translates to 333,000 more hours of seat time. That translates into more money. Attendance is a critical contributing factor to how schools get paid and districts get paid. So the return on investment for schools is tremendous. And of course, we know that attendance leads to high graduation rates. And when kids graduate, they make more money and they're able to contribute to society. Our schools are thrilled with the product that we've developed. It's working for them. We know that because 95% of them renew year over year. It's a really high rate that we're proud of. It's not just our schools that are proud of the work that we're doing and happy with it. We've also been recognized by a number of different institutions all over the country for the work that we've done over the last couple of years. Our team, I mentioned, I'm the CEO, and I'm a former teacher. I really understand the communities we're working with deeply, and I'm very passionate about it, if you can't tell already. My co-founder, Alex Neese, is a former parent advocate. She worked in the South Bronx and really understands the lack of information that parents have traditionally been getting and is passionate about changing that issue. So with that, thank you so much for your time. We are fundraising. We would love to speak with you a bit more. I will be, unfortunately, leaving right after the presentation, but please do take down my email if you're interested in participating and learning more. Thank you so much.